who don't know.
This means anyone who's not trans.
Okay, anyone who's not trans. So cis obviously means same in German or something like that. Do you not feel like some women do not identify with that label and they can find it offensive?
Maybe.
Wow.
Is that a dinosaur?
Yeah, pterodactyl.
Is that...
Identify.
Sorry, are you going to be showing this around? Because I'm not sure I'm going to consent to using my...
You're the one that made the dinosaur.
Oh, no, I'll do a second one.
Oh, yeah. No, please.
I'll do a deep
Another
one.
dinosaur.
Which one's that?
What dinosaur's that?
I don't know all of them.
You do T-Rex? Because I'm not being funny, but I know it sounds mainstream, but that's my favourite dinosaur.
Of course, yeah. Nah, I got the sign.
I can hold it for you if you like.
Listen, I'm not very comfortable. Would you mind moving away from me?
Okay.
I think there needs to be queuing blockers for under 18s because a lot of under 18s are really dealing with their mental health as well as like which have gone through puberty they may not want.
Would they regret their decision?
Go on.
If they like,
You know that blockers are prescribed to non-trans people as well who have medical conditions.
And it's been linked to osteoporosis, which is a bone disease.
Okay, guys, we're at the Trans Activist UK protest that's moved from Parliament Square to opposite Downing Street. They're not facing Downing Street, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. We are edified almost immediately if we look at some of the signs. But one might pop up in a second says, "The future is trans." We're here because ultimately the LGBTQ plus alphabet people community want a total ban on conversion therapy. Conversion therapy in real terms means that a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old could get counselling to say, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to get involved with this? Seems completely legitimate and fair to me. Under 18, they're saying, no, that's not okay. So they're saying they want fair, equal, inclusive and equal rights and promoting diversity and hashtag be kind, etc. whilst we see placards saying trans is the future. This sounds very ideological. We've just arrived here. This sounds very ideological. We're going to get some sound bites from some people with regards to what they think about key issues to do with the under 18s. You know, what do we do about that? What do we do about them if they start to ask questions about their sex and things like that, and their gender, and also what's the issue with conversion therapy? As you can see, we are undercover today. I am part of the Alphabet People's community, and we are gonna get some solid info right from the heart of the community to understand. Look, guys, if you want equality, surely has that not been achieved yet? How far does this go? Is this more ideological? So let's cut to it, right? Over 18, anyone can do what they want, but under 18, what would you say to if an 8-year-old, for example, caught wind of some of the movement and said to mum and dad, I want to go and do this? What are your thoughts? Do you think the state should pay for it, and do you think it should be accepted?
Absolutely. But what are you talking about, though? I mean,
if a child, so under 18, if a child caught...
Well, are you talking children? Are you talking under 8-year-olds, or are you talking adolescents? Are you talking, all of these things are matters of degree. Nobody suggests that. In fact, I'm starting to be uncomfortable about this. I'm going away.
Okay.
So what does your next mean?
It's not violence, but it's a symbol of a process of having your rights taken away. We have an easy target.
Okay.
So
you feel like you're an easy target. How do you feel like you're an easy target?
Well, we're a minority comprised of minorities. So
Sorry, speak a bit louder, my love.
I wasn't really looking to attend a press conference or anything.
Okay.
I can
That's all right.
explain what's going on if you want.
Sorry?
I can explain what's going on as best as I can.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Explain to me what's going on today.
I'll start in the past. In previous years, conversion therapy included electric shocks, drugs.
Obviously, we don't do that anymore.
We don't, of course not.
So what are you protesting now?
I'm still protesting it because psychological torture is real.
Yes. Gender dysphoria is real. I definitely acknowledge that. How do you feel about people who are, what would you say to people who are, if you had a 9-year-old brother or sister and they were questioning their sexuality, or their sexual, or their gender, would you affirm it immediately or would you question it in any way?
I would let them live their life. It's their choice. Like, only they know who they are. Like, when you're attracted to someone, for example, you don't know until you know, right?
Say, for instance, somebody had a child, they were 9 years old, and they were questioning their gender. Would you affirm that, or would you in any way scrutinize it or question it?
I would affirm it. I might have some questions so that I could better understand, but I would affirm their choices of how they wanted to present themselves to the public.
Okay.
Okay. Do you like my hat?
Yeah, I love it.
All right, cool. So, look, guys, we're the trans UK activist. It's painful. It really is. I'll be honest with you guys. What's happened is that we've gone in and we've said, look, we've been as honest as we can be. We're looking to educate our audience, to edify our audience. That's it. There's not really much to say. We did an interview, and was it he, she, them? Was it? I don't know. One of those. And they're happy to talk about why they're here. They're happy to talk just in general. But then when it comes to, and there's no easy way of phrasing it, so you just have to say it. Look, what if an 8-year-old or a 13-year-old or a 16-year-old, an under 18-year-old, a minor? The rest of us know about the minors and the adults, but this lot don't apparently, they don't connect with that idea. So I've said to one person, what if an 8-year-old gets wind of this and says to mummy and daddy, right, I think I've got dysphoria or whatever. Straight question, what do you think the parents should do? Should the state pay for any kind of surgery or therapy or doctor's appointments, the whole thing that costs millions, right? And with that, he or she or whatever got up and said, I don't feel comfortable anymore and I'm out. He or she then went and told someone who went and told the organizer, who then decided to circle us, and the high vis came out, and then they started talking to the police. So bottom line, guys, really disappointed, really sorry.
So make sure you implement, as soon as you confront their philosophy, it just dissolves.
Oh, yeah. So really disappointed and really...
As soon as you expose it, it just disintegrates.
Oh, 100%. So just really disappointed, guys, because what we wanted to do was we wanted to genuinely get some education here. Why is there a sign up? It's really important, guys. Why is there a sign up saying trans is the future? But both the organizer and then two of their Mickey Mouse wannabe journalist types came up to us and they started circling us. They put pressure on us. They were intimidating us. They were talking over us. There's no be kind. There was no, look, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. This is a cult. This is a cult, okay? They're not okay with any opinion other than their own. And then they get really nasty when you start asking good questions. And they start saying things like, no 8-year-old is having surgery. No one's saying that. What about puberty blockers then? What about drag queens in schools? This is a fascistic ideology that says if you're not with us, and they said, look, you're here to out us. We said, no, look, we want to learn. And genuinely, guys, we do. We want to learn. They won't talk to us. They won't educate us. One great thing my colleague and I, Hannah, what we can come away from today, guys, is that these people don't believe their own BS. They don't believe in it. They really don't. And that's been made very clear here.
Shouldn't be asking people to change who they truly are. Like, why are you stepping on people's right to do what they...
Well, we know the ban is for people under 18. So what would you say if you had like a younger sibling who was 8 and questioning their gender? Would you affirm it or would you question it in any way?
Well, I think I would listen to them and have a conversation and help them, discover what's right for them.
Absolutely. Do you believe in the use of puberty blockers? For minors?
Yeah, I think...
In the UK at the moment, they can be prescribed for minors.
Okay.
Stops puberty.
It slows down puberty.
The idea that you're slowing down puberty, so you're not, if you're born a woman but you feel you're a man, right? You slow down puberty.
Yes, I agree. That's important.
Okay.
Right?
So
time to and support for them to, figure out how they feel,
who they are,
how they feel.
Its use has been linked to bone disease. Do you think that we should make sure that they're informed of any risks associated with it?
I think it's important.
Any medical treatment, you have to let people know about the risk beforehand.
It's a very permanent decision for someone to make. In all cases, we should just accept it, yeah? Or no?
Well, I don't think, I think at the end of the day, you have to accept what is right for people.
What's your opinion on puberty blockers, for instance, for people who have not reached puberty yet? Should we administer it or not?
Well, this is something they'd asked for. This is not something I know too much about.
Okay, so puberty blockers just prevent people from going through puberty. It delays puberty, basically. And there's been studies linked to the use of puberty blockers and osteoporosis, a bone disease.
I think I can see why. It's the transition. I mean, I guess that's the risk you take. But, we should still administer
Do
it.
you think we should advise maybe young kids that might not always be the best decision?
I think we should tell them you might experience side effects, but go for it.
Do you think at 8 years old they're capable enough to comprehend those risks?
Perhaps. I think that depends on each individual, but I'd say so.
So do you think maybe the ban on conversion therapy could provide some exceptions in some instances, at least?
Well, banning conversion therapy at all is good, no matter what.
But conversion therapy includes that, questioning people, making them sure that they fully understand what the risks are associated with taking puberty blockers, for instance.
Well, the concept of conversion therapy is okay, but the way it's done, it's not helping people, it's brainwashing them to be a certain way.
I think it's brainwashing.
I'm not sure if you know, but many survivors testify how they've been raped, electroshocked, put in cold or extreme.
We can all agree that that's absolutely awful, that should never have happened, but that doesn't happen anymore. What happens now is people are just being counseled. Conversion therapy is basically just counseling. Maybe it's just a phase.
That's not true. People are still being sent to these camps. And
Not in England, not in Britain, not here. Unless you know someone.
I've heard survivors. That's the only reason I'm saying it. If it's changed in the last 2 days, then great. I'm all up for it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. You look amazing.
Can I just say,
Thank you.
sorry, do you have the what's on the back? What's on the back? Is it an A?
It's an anarchist.
What does
Oh, you're an anarchist!
what does that mean?
The anarchy symbol symbolizes that we don't want the government that's in place. We want a community, and we run we run the country. We determine what's right and wrong.
Wow. So you basically disagree with having police today. You don't believe in police, you don't believe in policing the law, you make your own law. Isn't that the law that